Margaret, thank you so much for coming.
Oh, no problem.
Let me just
I can't say no. So.
Welcome everyone to the Katie Halper Show live, unplanned live stream. Margaret Kimberley has been on my show before. She's really great. She's an editor and contributor at the Black Agenda Report. She's also the author of Presidential. It's really good.
Black America and the Presidents.
Presidential, Black America and the Presidents.
Yes.
And she's also, you can make sure you follow her on Twitter, where she's Freedom Ride
Blog,
because she's really funny. And she's like very, if you think I'm at all like, what's the word, scorched earth, I look pale in comparison to Margaret. So welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and tell us where you are right now, geographically.
I'm at home in Harlem. There was a protest on at 125th Street. I would say about 1,000 people. That's my estimate. There was a group that broke off and went on a march further downtown. I did not go with them. I did go home. There started to be quite an increasing police presence, and they seem to be blocking off or preparing to block off the subways. So I just decided to go home. But it's a big crowd. Mixed race crowd, Black people, white people, Asian people, Latino people. So speakers, the usual rallies. It was in front of the state office building on 125th Street, which the police had blocked off. They blocked off the plaza, which is ordinarily open to the public. And people registered their outrage. There was a car caravan of showing support. Passers-by showing support. And I think it's an indication that this latest police murder that was filmed just repulsed most people. And there's genuine righteous outrage across the country, all over the country.
Where were you? Do you remember when you heard about the murder of George Floyd?
I started to hear about it. I suppose it was maybe it was Tuesday. And I wasn't paying attention that closely to it, that a man who died the way Eric Garner did. I did not watch the entire video. I believe it's too traumatizing. I know there's some people who feel they need to. I do not. The description of it was horrific enough for me, but it's something that has taken over discourse, taken over people's personal lives. It's one of those events where time stops, and everything this week is before and after George Floyd.
Right. Yeah. I watched it, and even, we see so much police violence, but still some are more close up than others, like physically, or we see more of it than others. And there are some that I haven't seen, like I've chosen not to see. I think that if people don't look, it's not, I don't think anyone's obligated to be, like you said, it's traumatic or traumatizing. Yeah. I think it's like the issue is whether they like literally, turning your head away from something literally is different from figuratively. And obviously you're very engaged politically. But yeah, this was really, really rough to see because it was like, I don't know, it was just, we obviously know what happened, but it was, seeing someone handcuffed, like with Eric Garner, it was totally disturbing. I don't know if did you see that video? Yeah. It was very disturbing. He wasn't like, and I'm not making light of it at all. It was murder, and it was an illegal chokehold just with someone's arm instead of a nightstick. And this was an illegal chokehold, but with someone's knee instead of a nightstick. But there was something about him already being on his stomach in handcuffs and that happening that was just so, it was like the Eric Garner thing plus another layer.
Yeah, so then when you find, in both cases, they were stopped for minor offenses. Eric Garner, it was not about the loose cigarettes. Actually, he had broken up a fight. He was trying to do the right thing, and the police had been harassing him, and he just happened to be there. Right. But Floyd was accused of passing a counterfeit bill. Something you should not call. And I really do hope that people know when you call the police, someone can end up dead. And the idea that anybody can be arrested for that at all that people can be incapacitated, as you described, cuffed already and thrown to the ground, or there have been cases where black men have been shot. And police who were handcuffed, and they said they shot themselves. Right. So this is, but I think it's important for us to remember that every day in this country, 3 people are killed by the police. 1,000 people are killed by the police in this country every year. And we see these egregious examples because we see them, but we don't know how other people die. Their families are not told the truth. They just are told somebody is dead and they get no answers. So we saw this, but I hope people remember what I just said, that this happens 3 times a day in this country. And also we need to connect it to larger issues about oppression in the United States. The United States, I would say objectively, is the worst abuser of human rights in the world. If you look at what the United States does internationally, the invasions, the proxy wars, the sanctions, the 800 military bases around the world, the fact that we have more people in prison than any, 2 million people in prison, and a lot of them end up in prison for minor offenses. Most of them are, by the way, most people incarcerated in this country have not committed a violent crime. So the prison population could easily be cut in half. The military budget could be cut in half. But people died alone, the COVID pandemic, where mostly Black people. There are some cities in this country where the only people who died were Black. I hope that people see this as part of many systemic problems, and the fact that we live in this kleptocracy. We need to stop saying we're a democracy, stop talking about being great, being free. It's all nonsense. And the COVID pandemic has exposed so many things that are wrong in this country, that people have been thrown out of work, some forever, but the rich have gotten richer.